How's it going, guys? GangstaPranksta back with a brand new episode of Gangsta Plays. Today we are here with episode 259. Before we get into today's episode, hope you guys enjoyed the last episode, episode 258, where we played Battletoads, the kind of rebooted one, the most recent one that came out in the franchise. Today's episode, we are playing Mortal Kombat 11. Of course, we are playing this because the movie comes out April 23rd. And usually I don't like to do like fighting games. Well, I don't do a lot of fighting games, and then we're pretty much having almost back-to-back fighting games because we did Dragon Ball Fighter Z a few episodes ago, and then we're doing Mortal Kombat. But hey, what are you gonna do? That's just how the cookie crumbles. So we're gonna play some bot matches to kind of warm up. We're gonna do the story, and I still don't have PlayStation Plus, so no online matches. But I know that now, instead of like hyping it up, and then, you know, getting disappointed. No. What? I don't play a tutorial. Actually, I probably should have, but, you know, it's fine. I feel like Mortal Kombat games are a little less complicated than, like, Dragon Ball game. Like, I don't know, I just feel like Dragon Ball would be more complicated. Quite a roster we have here, but we don't have any of them really, because I was gonna buy the season thing because there was like an expansion pack and it was like $30. It's an expansion where there's like there's a DLC expansion story wise, and then you can get all the characters for like $30, and I was like, damn, that's a pretty sweet deal. I almost bought it, but I'm like, I'm probably not, like, let me play the game first before I fucking commit to a $30 expansion. The only reason I wanted to buy it was this guy right here, Spawn. I almost bought him just to play him, but $7.99 for one character seemed kind of steep. So I was like, you know what, Spawn, I love you. I'm gonna give you a shout out in the video because I think you're fucking cool. One of the coolest looking comic characters anywhere. I think he just looks awesome. But I'm going to pick, well, I want to maybe pick somebody new. Cabal, he's not new, but he looks cool. I think I'm just going to stick with Sub-Zero. No, I want to pick somebody new. Kung Lao, I don't know why he's like a zombie. Maybe we'll find out in the story. This guy thinks new. Kotal Khan. Collector, he seems new. This guy seems new too. Gyros. I think this guy's new too, Aaron Black. Alright, let me just pick somebody. I'm going to pick, I really want to pick like Scorpion or fucking Sub-Zero. No, let me, yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna pick Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero.
The abilities I do not care, because I probably won't even do half of them. Actually, I just noticed that RoboCop is in this fucking game too, which is weird. We are playing with the CPU. I wish you could fight the DLC characters, that would be cool. But actually, let's just look at some DLC characters. We got Joker here, kind of looks hideous, and I don't really feel like he should be in it, but you know, it's whatever. Because they make the Injustice games, that's why he's here. We got, forgot this guy, Shang Tsung, there we go. Shao Kahn. Frost, no idea. Nightwolf. We got Spawn there. Shiva. Melina. These are like some characters I feel like should already be in the game. There were like in previous ones, but whatever. Then we got a weird selection here. We got Terminator, Rambo, and fucking RoboCop. That is just a strange mix-up right there. I'm gonna take on this guy, this McCree-looking fucker. McCree from Overwatch. This is him. That's a lot of levels. Actually, there's a couple that are blocked off. I like this little stadium one here. I'm gonna pick this one. Tournament. How fitting. It's been a while since we played a fighting game. Can't wait to play. Why does he just have a bag of heads? Actually, speaking of fighting, not fighting games in particular, but I guess if to date this video, I just finished watching the very hyped Logan Paul, Ben Askren fight. Not bad. I don't know why I watched it, to be honest, because I've like couple things. One, I don't watch any Logan Paul, Jake Paul videos, like, none of them. I don't give a shit about boxing. That's probably the biggest one. I probably should have started with that. Like, I don't really care about boxing. But I don't know, I just feel like I've seen this fight just everywhere. Like, just a bunch of people talking about it, so I'm like, fuck it, I'm not doing anything. I know it's gonna happen, like, later on in the night, so I'm like, oh god, is he using fatality? I think he fatality'd me. Damn, holy shit. Yeah, so anyways, I saw a lot of people talking about it. It was like later on in the night, and I'm like, I know they got a bunch of matches, and I'm like, I'm just gonna wait it out, and you know, if I catch it, I catch it. If not, I will, you know, I'll just watch it later. But there was one fight beforehand, plus they had like a performance from Justin Bieber, so that happened, and I'm like, oh, the fight's actually gonna start. Let me check it out. Watched it, it went about 2 minutes. Jake Paul knocked him out, which was pretty funny to see, because this guy's like, he's a UFC fighter. He's an MMA fighter, former UFC. He's got a record of like 19-2. He's got a decent record, so he's quite lovely. Not quite lovely, but he was quite good. And to get knocked out by some YouTuber, just, he got rocked with a shot. And he got up, but he was kind of stumbling, and then the ref called it. The ref did call it a little early, in my opinion. But I could see why the ref stopped it. The guy was stumbling as soon as he got up, so it was like, you gotta protect the fighter's health and shit. As much as you probably want to see the fight go on, you gotta, you know, their health comes first. So, decent little ass kicking. The 20, I think he's 24, taking on like, I think Ben was like 36. But I think he's a retired MMA fighter. I'm not sure if he's active. The commentators were kind of annoying. You had Snoop Dogg. You had Pete Davidson, and then you had a couple other people that I didn't know who the fuck they were. There was like 6 people on the announce team, and it was so fucking annoying after a while. That'd probably be my only critique. There's so many fucking commentators, and just got Snoop Dogg yelling shit. Pete Davidson's trying to make jokes. You have the other people that are trying to like do analysis and shit. It was just a complete clusterfuck. Like, get 2 or 3 people. Keep it simple. I'm gonna do one more fight. Got my ass kicked by Aaron Black. Didn't really appreciate that. I'm going to... Is there a random button? I don't think there is. I don't know. I'm gonna pick Cabal. He's speaking to me. I find whenever I'm looking in the character screen, I'm often going back to him. So I'm gonna pick Cabal. Ooh, nice little costume there. And we are going to fight... I'm gonna pick another new character that I'm not familiar with. I'll pick Gyros. Gyros. Thank you for correcting me. He's got a big ass fist. Okay, he seems fast. For level, we'll pick random. Wish I was an option for the fighters, but you know, whatever. So, yeah, watch the fight. It was not bad. But I'm kind of embarrassed even like admitting that I watched it. Like, I watched the fucking Jake Paul. I don't even know what Paul was. I was about to say Logan Paul, but I'm like, no, it's the younger one. I don't know who he's gonna fight next, but you know. Good luck. He's obviously taking it pretty serious. Props to him. Like, I know the whole thing was like the YouTubers just kind of fighting each other and then just kind of making it a spectacle. And then now it's like kind of branched out where he's like fighting actual athletes. I know before he fought the it's like a basketball player or football player. I'm not sure what sport he was, but it was a former athlete, and he fucking KO'd the shit out of him, which was pretty crazy. I know there was a lot of memes on that guy. Sucked to be him. As long as he's like taking it seriously and like not making a joke of boxing, which I guess he is to a certain extent, you know. But he's taking it seriously in the sense of like he's training hard and shit like that, so I don't know. Whatever, do your thing. Fight more YouTubers. Whatever, I don't know. I have no more comments on it. I don't care about boxing. That's the biggest thing. Like, but it's a good it's a good like gladiator sport, you know? Where like MMA, there's too many variables. There's like so many different types of fucking like jiu-jitsu, judo, boxing, wrestling, all mixed into one. And then with boxing, it's just like straight up. It's like who's stronger, who's faster, who has more endurance. So it's definitely a better sport to kick each other's ass in my opinion. But enough about that. I talk way too much about that fucking fight. For something I was not even interested in, kind of stumbled upon. That was a heck of an analysis I just gave. So we're probably going to jump into story mode after this.
Final round. Fight.
Story-wise, I don't know what's going on. I've never beat a Mortal Kombat story. I tried to beat the reboot one that came out in like... Fuck, I don't even know the year it came out. Whenever they like rebooted it, that's the one that I really like tried to beat the campaign. And just never finished it. I like got stuck on a fight and just got fucking pissed off and was like, fuck this shit. Ooh, I don't know how to do a fatality, so I'm just gonna hit him with the heart punch. Ooh, crypts. Hold on, I want to check out the crypts. I like exploring the crypt and getting the, you know, collectibles in there and shit like that. So let's just take a little trip to the crypt world, see what they got there. If we can get any cool shit. We're probably just gonna get like a bunch of concept arts, because that's usually what it is. The whole cinematic. What the fuck is that? I thought that was Shang Tsung, but that is definitely not Shang Tsung. This might be Shang Tsung coming out.
Welcome, traveler.
That is.
I am Shang Tsung, and this is my island. I bid you welcome to explore. Hidden among the island's ruins are treasure, magic, and very special artifacts.
Oh, this is like a win-win-win situation.
Within reason. You'll find that time spent here is well rewarded.
How much currency do I have? I think I have 853. I get full reign. This is a fucking third-person action-adventure game right now. Is that what I'm seeing? Controls feel a little clunky, but... how do I see it, like... Can I just open anything? Item unlocked. Chest unlock. I got 150 hearts. What the fuck? And 50,000 coins with a K. And I'm gonna continue with a K. So do I... Because like I know before you like... You get currency and then you kind of use it to unlock it, but I guess... Okay, another 100... Or now I got 100,000 tokens now. Okay, see this one costs 3K. Got some character art of Jade. I don't think yeah, she's not new. I don't know what I'm thinking. Okay, I guess I'll explore out here a bit. I'm just kind of waiting for like something to pop up. I don't know, I just don't trust the area around me. Plasma infused death rockets times 5, meteorite core times 3. What the fuck are these collectibles? This is very weird. I want to open this one. 10,000. There's got to be something good. Demoralizer and a skeleton key. Let's go to this table here. You have claimed the Warhammer of the Conqueror of Outworld, Shao Kahn. Use it to destroy walls and objects found in the crypt by pressing square. What the fuck? This is actually like a third-person action adventure. This is real. This is a fucking real thing that we're playing right now. Like, this is not a fighting game at all. This is so fucking weird, dude. Oh, gold chest. Let's open this. I heard someone yelling. Maybe we'll have to fight somebody. Iron black pistol. I guess you can do customization on people. Where is the... I hear someone like moaning. Where the fuck is this coming from? Oh, I think I can break this. Okay, break everything but the wall. Here we go. Ooh, look at this chest. How much? Apparently I can't open it. Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. If I give them hearts... Jax Briggs skin. This is like a Jax chest. Everything here is for Jax. Okay, I wasted a lot of my hearts. I wonder if I can hit that gong. Let me just open up this side of the wall. What the fuck is this? Replenish the riches of the crypt. Chrono's time. Can rewind time and restock previously unlocked crypt chests with new treasures. No, thank you. There's really like no reason not, or no reason to do it. Can I open that door here? Wait, it said something. Gem of the Living. I'm gonna try and hit this. 25,000 points. Got a trophy. Unlocked another area. Is there a map I can look? This place is fucking huge. And this is the door over here. There is a run button. I don't know, part of me is kind of, I like that they tried this and it's different. Oh, what are you? You are locked.
Sorcery isn't my only vocation. I'm also an inventor. While a modest endeavor, this forge is my finest. It can transmute collected items into new items you might find more useful.
Yeah, I don't know. I like that they're doing this. It just kind of seems... Oh.
Do heights frighten you? If so, may I recommend you turn back? Mind the edge. Fall, and you will be impaled on the spikes below.
Okay, that was a bit much. Let's interact with the forge. Create powerful artifacts. I don't have any. Alright, good talk, forge. Ooh, this might have something good. It's 15,000. Jade skin. Nope, nothing good. Alright, I just want to see what's around this corner. This will be the last area I check, I promise. Hold on, cool door. Dragon amulet, don't have that. I don't know if you get it from chests or just exploring. Oh, I was talking about how they're kind of exploring like a third-person action adventure. I don't know if that's something that they're interested in, because I know NetherRealm mainly just does fighting games. So it'd be kind of cool to see him branch out and maybe try... I was gonna say try a third-person action adventure Mortal Kombat game, which would be so fucking weird. But, I don't know, something. How many coins? I'm gonna give you 1,000. No, I want to give 1. I'll give you 10,000. Give you a nice 10,000. Can I make you happy? Shrine award. Oh, I got an amulet, which will probably allow me to interact with new stuff. Don't know what, but... Okay, well, you took a good portion of my money, so. Ooh, we got Kano. We had Raiden. Sonya Blade. Hold on, I want to look at the statues. That could be Scorpion.
Where I fought Liu Kang. Rather than taste final victory, I was force-fed defeat.
Ooh, look at all these.
If that monk thinks I've forgotten, he is sorely mistaken.
These are cool. Anyways, back to the statue. This could be Scorpion. I don't know if it tells us if we go up close. Nope. That could be Scorpion or Sub-Zero. You really can't tell. Got our boy Johnny Cage. Very skinny legs there, Johnny. Kano. Goro. Remembered. That is Liu Kang. That was Raiden. And that is Sonya Blade. Okay, let me check the meteor, and then I'm actually gonna go fight. Got the Gem of the Living. This place is just so strange. Like, I just don't want to stop exploring. I just want to see what this shit's all about. Hold on. Who the fuck are you? You're locked, so. Don't matter. I just want to see this door. I swear to God, this is the last thing. This door. See, I can't even interact with it. Alright, we're gonna quit. We're gonna go fight some stuff. I actually unlocked a good portion of the map. I guess this area is not as big as it seems. Aftermath is the expansion I was talking about earlier. I do not have that. Let's play the part 1 and see what this story is about. While this goes on, and we see a nice lengthy cutscene, I'm gonna look at my topic lists. Since I'm still furloughed, still at home. Actually, my furlough has been extended. So originally it was going to be, well, this is government mandated. So it was supposed to be a 4-week lockdown. Since our COVID cases has not stopped going up. And apparently at the trajectory that we're going at now, if it doesn't, like, if we don't do anything real intense, our cases could get as high as like 30,000 or 30K a day, which is fucking ridiculous. So, yeah, my stay-at-home order went from 4 weeks, and now it's up to 6 weeks. So, I'll be at home watching more movies and shit, and I'm gonna look at my topic list to see what we can talk about during our fights. Until then, let's watch this cutscene. Our boy here, well, this is Raiden, obviously. He's got red eyes. This is very Sith, very Star Wars Sithish, with the red lightning. I feel sorry for this guy.
You wear my amulet. Finally, you embrace the truth the elder gods deny. The truth I was cast out for speaking.
The truth I embrace, Shinnok, is that mercy is wasted on those who defile Earthrealm. I will destroy our enemies before they destroy us, starting with you.
Oh, Raiden. Not even you can kill an elder god.
Try me, bitch.
Fate's worse than death.
I don't know who's the bad guy right now. I feel like they're both bad guys. Did he really? Dude. He cut off his head, Raiden. Come on. That was his lightsaber. This really is like Star Wars right now. He had like an electric saber. And it was red, because he's a Sith. This fucker's still alive. Poor bastard.
I will deliver you to Liu Kang and your your Netherrealm minions. You will serve as warning and an emblem of my wrath.
Interesting start so far.
This was not your destiny, Shinnok. Once again, the Thunder God has upset the balance of history. But know this. The arc of the universe bends to my will.
Is this Frost?
It's only a matter
I'm assuming so, because that stopped moving. Alright, interesting intro so far. Who will we play as first? I'm just gonna assume Johnny Cage or Sonya Blade. Casey Cage! Okay, well, you know what? That's actually a mix of who I was talking about. Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade. I believe this is their child's. Definitely Johnny's. And I think Sonya. I'm gonna assume so. It has to be. Oh my god, Johnny, you look so fucking old. I want Johnny Cage not to age.
As you were. For 25 years, the Special Forces have been Earthrealm's sword and shield. We've pushed back Shao Kahn, defeated Shinnok. Yet none of our victories have come without cost. Recently, Commander Jackson Briggs was honorably discharged. His wounds, both physical and psychological, left him no longer fit to serve.
Is that his daughter
We
there?
honor Jackie's
Everyone
father,
just got a daughter? Yep.
and we honor his sacrifice by doing what he would do. Tirelessly defend Earthrealm.
This is poopy. Everyone's like getting
Sergeant
old and
Cage.
dying and shit, and they're like, oh, we gotta
Step
get our new
forward.
characters. Everyone's kids.
Your leadership and warfighting ability have earned you promotion to commander. But there are no family favors here. By Special Forces tradition, you still have to pass one last test.
Got to fight me in
I need to
hand
kick
to
the CO's
hand.
ass, ma'am. Your ass, ma'am.
Yes.
All right then, Sergeant. Let's see if you can take me.
Fight!
And we are off to the races. Our story has commenced with Johnny and Sonya's daughter. We got a bit of a cat fight here, mom and daughter. That's her robot? Wow. Just shot your mom in the back of the head. She's got a little buddy. Hey, Mom. You're hurting me. So yeah, anyways, back to what I was saying. My furlough has been extended to 6 weeks now instead of 4, which means I am out of a job until at least mid-May. So, it's crazy times. Crazy. Hey, I wasn't prepared. For some reason, I thought it was only one round. Yeah, craziness. But I've just been watching a lot of shit. I've watched so much shit, my eyes are hurting. So now I've started reading. So, still haven't gone through my gaming phase yet. Still haven't been like, man, I just really kind of want to sit down and play a game. That has not been the case yet. It's mainly been like, hey, let me watch this shit, or let me read. Yeah, I've gotten so bored, I've started reading. Crazy. Actually, we can talk about what I read. I read a short mini series of a Power Ranger and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle crossover. It was a 5-part mini series, and it was actually pretty interesting. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Commander Cage.
We'll talk about this after, because there's going to be some dialogue here.
Congratulations, Commander.
Like father, like daughter.
Come on, Dad. You really have to go?
Well, you've got your duty, Commander, and I got mine.
Starring in yet another Ninja Mime sequel isn't what I'd call duty.
I need to provide for you in the manner to which you've become accustomed.
Jeez, guys, I'm right here.
Raiden knows how to make an entrance.
Blade, Cassandra Cage,
What is it, Raiden?
the Netherrealm.
It's a nice little headquarters here.
We should open a dialogue. Maybe there's an explanation. Liu Kang and Katana were friends once.
They are irreparably polluted by Shinnok's evil. They are no longer the champions we once knew. We must strike them preemptively.
It's about time we brought the fight to them. What's the target?
Buried deep beneath Liu Kang and Katana's castle is the Cathedral of Shinnok, the seat of their power. Destroy it, and their undead army will fall, removing its threat to Earthrealm.
Aren't your powers weaker in the Netherrealm?
Yes, but I will have sufficient strength to occupy the undead army.
That'll buy us enough time to infiltrate the cathedral. Destroy it from the inside.
We get pinned down in there, there's no way out.
To ensure Earthrealm's survival, we must all be willing to sacrifice.
You know, it's been 2 years too much of your grim and gritty makeover droning on about sacrifice. You don't have a family to lose.
Damn, Johnny.
I know loss, Johnny Cage.
Raiden's right, Johnny. We're not ready for another war. We've got to take out Netherrealm's army now, before Liu Kang can bring it here.
Let's bring guns, because you're fighting these fucking enhanced beings. I just tear you limb from limb. I'm glad you got your guns. Are these zombies? Actually, I can see it now. Mortal Kombat,
We're in position.
World War
Raiden's
Z,
one hell of a diversion.
or maybe World War K, because you know everything's got to be with a fucking K. And I guess K could be for like combatants. And it's like a survival zombie game, open world, and you're like one of 4 characters, and you like use their special abilities to survive. Like use Johnny's abilities and just kicks all the zombies in the dick, punches them in the dick. That's pretty fucking easy. You didn't really need a platoon here. So Liu Kang is a zombo. Damn. Actually, something I forgot to mention early on is we're playing Mortal Kombat 11 for today's episode. But this is actually the 4th Mortal Kombat game that we have done for Gangster Plays, which is actually crazy when you think about it, because we've done 200. This will be our 259th episode. 4 of those have been Mortal Kombat games. We've played Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe, played Mortal Kombat the reboots, whenever that came out, Mortal Kombat 10, and then now Mortal Kombat 11, which will be the 4th one. And it's just kind of weird that I've done 4 Mortal Kombat games for Gangster Plays, but they're like series of games that like I've never done an episode on, like Final Fantasy, Zelda, Battlefield. Games with like tons of entries in the series, but I've never done any for an episode of Gangsta Plays, but I've done 4 Mortal Kombats. I don't know, it's just weird to me when you think about it. Just something that like popped into my head. Got Cabal here. Looking like a caballer.
Should Raiden get this far, eliminate him.
Praise be the head god.
Victim's Cabal. Wasn't he Kano's goon back in the day?
Don't let the scars fool you. He's fast. Take out him and Jade. I'll go downstairs and set the C4.
Roger that.
Freeze! We've got guns that are apparently working. That guy just fucking poked his eyes out. Damn, Cabal is fast. Alright. I thought we were gonna go into the fight, but whatever. We're bringing this sucker down. Go Jax's daughter. Did not catch her name. I'm just gonna call her Jax's daughter. Hey, now we go. Now we got our fight.
I'll kick your ass on her behalf, Cabal.
Fight.
Anyway, so what I was saying before, so I read the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers. They had a crossover comic that came out, I think, about a year and a half ago, maybe. I think it's about a year and a half, maybe 1 year. I'm honestly not sure. But yeah, I read that. Like I said, short, 5-part miniseries, and it was quite enjoyable. None of the issues felt like a drag. There was some interesting stuff that happened in the issues. The Power Rangers lost their powers at one point, and the Ninja Turtles actually ended up morphing. You had Shredder. He morphed into the Green Ranger. It was, I'm getting my fucking ass kicked. Holy shit. It was just cool. There's a lot of cool stuff. Oh god, Cabal without a mask. That's terrifying. There was a lot of cool stuff in the issue. Or in the issues. Yeah, it was a nice little break from like watching all these fucking like TV shows and movies and shit to just kind of like read. Make sure my brain's not turning to mush. Being like, oh yeah, I can still, read. My brain's still like active. There's some brain activity up there. I can form cohesive sentences. I can read sentences. So yeah, I'd actually highly recommend it. I quite enjoyed it. I actually want to do some more reading. There's a Power Rangers Justice League crossover that I have as well. I read it a bit ago, but I stopped, so I'm probably gonna pick that up from the beginning again. And maybe we can talk about that for the next episode. Or maybe something else, whatever else I read. But yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers, awesome comic crossover. There was a live-action crossover in the series Power Rangers in Space. There was a crossover with the Ninja Turtles, a live-action one. At that time, the Ninja Turtles had a live-action show called Ninja Turtles Next Mutation, I believe it's called. That's the one that has the female Ninja Turtle, Venus.
10 more minutes.
And, not a lot of people care for Venus, the Ninja Turtle, but,
Well, we're in the shit now.
I remember watching as a kid, I was like, holy shit, this is fucking weird.
Yeah, why?
Seeing them together. And, yeah, so this is the second crossover ever for Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers. And it was cool, it's a good mix. Because they're both kind of teenagers, we got teenagers with attitude, we got Ninja Turtles, or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You get a lot of favorites from both sides. You get Zordon, Alpha, Tommy, Jason, Billy, Kimberly, all those people. Rita. And then from the Ninja Turtle side, you get Shredder, you get the Ninja Turtles, Splinter, Casey Jones, April O'Neil, Baxter Stockman. Now that I think about it, we've done a lot of Ninja Turtle talking past few episodes. Watched the 2 movies, talked about the new game announcement last episode. Heck, we were supposed to do a Ninja Turtle game for the last episode, but that Battletoads ended up beating that out. and then reading a comic with Ninja Turtles. A lot of Ninja Turtle consumption on my part. For someone who's like, man, I'm not really a big fan of fucking Ninja Turtles, apparently I just can't stop talking about them in the past few episodes. Yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers. I don't know if I'd highly recommend it. I'd recommend it. If you're looking for some reading material, you grew up watching both of these things. I grew up with Power Rangers. You know, it's a big part of my childhood. Ninja Turtles is cool. It's a cool crossover for that. I'd recommend it. It's quite enjoyable. Let me actually finish watching this cutscene before we do any more talking, because there was some dialogue, but I was too busy talking about the comics. I don't know what's going on anymore. She's going off. She's kicking some ass right now. Liu Kang? Little skull missile. But yeah, that's the only thing I read. So all the other stuff are like TV shows and movies that I'll be talking about now. But yeah, like I said, I might do some more reading material and we can talk about that for the next episode. In terms of like stuff that I've watched mainly a lot of movies. No more TV shows. I don't know if anybody checked out them, but if so, I hope you guys enjoyed it. That's what we talked about in the last episode. There's a new series that came out on Amazon. Yeah, so like lately I've just been watching like movies. Mainly more older movies. Not really like old, but like, I don't know. It's been like a pretty interesting mix of like newish movies, older movies. Like I'm talking like 80s movies, 80s, 90s. I've been all over the place. I just kind of like, I kind of pick a genre and then I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna watch that. So I'll talk about this movie first, because this is the most recent thing I watched, so it's kind of more fresh in my head. It was a movie called Urban Legend. It was a movie that I watched as a kid. I didn't realize that I finished watching it as a kid until I finished watching it again. But I saw it on Netflix, and I'm like, it always creeped me out as a kid, because some of these urban legends kind of freak me out. Because I would like read this stuff, and I'm like, oh shit, is this based on like true events? And then you're like, no, it's not really based on true events, just like to creep people out. And it's a slasher movie. It came out in '98. And basically it's all about this killer who is killing people based on urban legends. So, for example, a popular urban legend is the Hook Man. You know, this couple goes out in a car in this wooded area. They're gonna go have sex or make out. They hear noises outside the car. Guy goes for a piss or whatever, go to check it out, never comes back. The girl ends up like sleeping in the car and then finds that the guy's like been mutilated. Usually he's hanging from above the car and he's like making a scratching noise with his nails because he's upside down. And yeah, so that's just one example. Another one is there's a babysitter, she's babysitting somebody, she's constantly getting called by some creepy individual, and then you later find out that the guy is calling from inside the house. That kind of freaked me the fuck out. So the serial killer is murdering people based on certain urban legends, and it's an okay movie. It's nothing I'd recommend. I honestly rewatched it because I know as a kid I tried watching it and it creeped me out. And apparently I actually finished watching it because once I got to the ending, I'm like, shit, I actually remember this. So I was just kind of rewatching it to confirm that I watched it before, and I did. But it's not a movie that I recommend. It was not very good. It's not scary at all. I do like the twist at the end, like the once the killer's revealed, their reasoning for kind of killing everybody. I like that a lot. That I enjoyed. Everything else in the movie was pretty fucking basic to shit. You had some pretty notable actors in there. You had Jared Leto. He plays a pretty big role in the movie. You have Rebecca Gayheart, who I mainly knew just for her name, because a very interesting name, Rebecca Gayheart. And who was the other big actor? Joshua... Fuck, I don't remember. It's the guy from Dawson's Creek. There's actually a funny moment in the movie where he's in a car with a girl, and the radio goes on, and the Dawson Creek's music plays, and then he's like, oh fuck, get this shit off. So that got a little chuckle from me, but yeah, I like the killer's motivation, but that's like the only thing I like in the movie. It wasn't really realistic at all, and the ending was quite fucking shit. So it's not a movie I'd recommend. A movie that I would recommend is a movie that I watched before that, and it's a movie I've meant to watch for a while. It's a movie some of you might know if you like your comedy movies. I like my comedy movies, but for some reason I've never watched it. The reason I never watched it is because of when it was released. It came out in 1988, so I'm like, I don't know. I have this thing in my head where I'm like, it's just gonna feel so dated and old, and I'm not gonna enjoy it at all. But the movie that I'm talking about is Naked Gun. Naked Gun is heralded as a comedy classic. Never watched it, always heard a lot about it. I've seen Leslie Nielsen in like other stuff, and I've always enjoyed him, but yeah, the date of when the movie came out has always been kind of a deterrence for me. So like I said, it came out in 1988, so when I see that, I'm like, you know, I'm just like, I don't know, there's just something that triggers in my head where it's like, oh god, it's gonna be old, it's probably gonna be shit, it's probably not, like, it's probably just gonna be super fucking dated, and I'm not gonna enjoy myself. And I was right to a certain extent. It did seem a little dated, but honestly, it was still pretty funny. I'm gonna play a couple of my favorite scenes now.
What do you want?
I want to ask you some questions. You familiar with that face?
I don't know. My memory ain't so great.
Oh, yeah? Maybe this will refresh your memory.
I don't know, it's still kind of hazy.
How about this?
Yeah, I remember him. I used to see him around. Why do you want to know?
I can't tell you that.
Well, maybe this'll help.
I really don't think I should.
Yeah, you still don't think so?
All right, his name is Nordberg. He's a cop.
He was no cop. He was dealing H.
What?
I'm telling you, he was dirty.
Oh, you sniveling scum. I ought to run you in right now.
All right. He worked at Ludwig Shipping. He tried to push something on one of my boys. I swear it. So what are you going to do about it, copper?
Well, why should I tell you?
Maybe this'll help.
I still don't think I should tell you.
Can you spot me at 20? How about now?
All right, I'm going down to Ludwig's office. I'll find out if you're telling the truth.
That's just one of the scenes that like I really, really enjoyed in the movie and just really, really made me laugh. So I quite enjoyed it. I'm glad that I finally watched it. It was a nice little hour-and-a-half movie. You get in, you get out. So, like I said, some jokes did feel forced, but there was a lot of stuff that, like, their joke output was very heavy. There's like,
That's an order.
There's at least like 3 jokes per minute, and whether it could be a physical joke, or like an actual joke. It's a lot of deadpan. Just everything Leslie Nielsen says is just like delivered well and just with a straight face. It's just so ridiculous that it just really adds to the whole movie. So that's a movie I'd actually highly recommend. Naked Gun on Netflix. Check it out. Actually, another thing about that movie is O.J. Simpson is in that movie, and you might be saying, O.J. Simpson? Yeah, that O.J. Simpson. He actually did a really good job in the movie. He plays a pretty big role to a certain extent. Like, he's always kind of referenced, but in terms of like actual like on-screen time, he's maybe got 9 minutes out of an hour-and-a-half movie. This happened before all the wife murdering stuff, or girlfriend murdering stuff, allegedly. So I'm like, I wonder if I can kind of put that aside and just kind of watch the movie without thinking about that. Like him just being a piece of shit. And I actually did. I was able to kind of just kind of view him as the character in the movie and not think of like his personal situations. He was good in the movie. The movie was good overall. A lot of funny scenes. Hope you enjoyed the one scene that I showed, and I would actually highly recommend it, especially if you're looking for a decent comedy. That I would recommend. Another movie that I gotta watch, actually two classic comedies that I've always heard a lot about that I have never watched. That I know I'm going to be watching one of them upcoming, but the two movies being Airplane and Police Academy. Police Academy is on Netflix. I'll probably be watching that in the upcoming days. Airplane is not on Netflix, so I'd have to find another means to watch that. But yeah, I've always heard a lot about Police Academy. I look forward to watching that. Next thing I watched was... Oh, actually, I watched this for the last episode, but I completely forgot about it in my notes, but it's another classic movie. I was just going on a nostalgia trip down memory lanes, you know, watching some of the old classics. At least that's what people say. I watched one called Roadhouse. Might have heard about it. It's one of the more popular 80s action movies, starring Patrick Swayze. I'll just kind of read my notes here. Roadhouse, 1989, came out in 1989. In case you didn't know when I mentioned 1989, that's the year it came out. Starring Patrick Swayze as a badass bouncer who is hired by a new club owner to clean up his bar. There's a local businessman whose feathers he ruffles, and the businessman proceeds to make his life hell. Always heard a lot about this movie being a classic, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. Goddamn, Swayze makes smoking look so cool. Smoke like 50 cigarettes. Would light one, take 2 puffs, and then just throw it away. That is something in the movie that is like, he just made smoking just look so cool. Like, I wanted to go buy a pack of smokes and just, you know, light one up, take a puff, and then just throw it away. But I'm not an idiot, so I didn't do that. But he did make smoking look very cool. Just something about Patrick Swayze, he just has like an aura to him. He's just fucking cool. I don't know, he's got like a swagger about him. Actually, speaking of the swagger, I'll feed into my notes later on. Everything about Swayze makes him so badass. Good looking, stoic, had a mullet, he's badass, and even has a sick name, Patrick Swayze. I stand by that. I stand by those comments. He's got a sick name. Swayze, that's a sick ass last name. It was super random seeing them in the movie, but Terry Funk was in the movie as a bouncer. Terry Funk, for those of you who don't know, is a very legendary wrestler. Yeah, I was watching the movie and I'm like, I know that guy. And then I hear him talk and I'm like, holy shit, that's Terry Funk. And he actually has a pretty big role in the movie, surprisingly. Not surprisingly, but like, I was expecting him more to like have a few lines and then just kind of be out of the movie, but he actually has a bunch of scenes. So Patrick Swayze fires him. Later on, Funk joins the evil businessman and Swayze kills him. Throughout the movie, we keep hearing about Swayze killing someone by ripping their throat out. In one of the final scenes, he does that. Mortal Kombat Fatality is the guy, just rips his throat out. Just fucking craziness. Oh, yes. So I did like the movie except for the ending, which I'm about to read. The ending action scene was meh. Throughout the movie, Swayze is a total badass, then gets his ass kicked by this old guy like John Wick. Which I stand by. Where, like, John Wick, the first one, he's so badass. He's just murdering everybody. And then he gets his ass kicked. Not gets his ass kicked, but, like, this old guy is the only one that can, like, fuck him up. You know, is, like, the only one that can give him a hard time. He was struggling to fight him. That's what kind of happened here. Like, Swayze just kicks everybody's ass, and then apparently this fucking old guy just has his number. Just, he's slower, he's older, but is somehow kicking his ass. I didn't understand that. The ending was awesome, though. The old businessman is about to kill Swayze when a bunch of locals come and kill the businessman because he's made all their lives hell. Overall, I enjoyed the movie. It was a little long. The movie is just shy of 2 hours, and honestly, it didn't need to be. I'd recommend. It was a decent action flick. Reviewers actually hated this movie when it came out, saying it's just a bad movie. I can agree on certain things, like Swayze being so wooden, which, holy shit, you watch the movie, he does not look like he wants to be there. Like, he's just like, I'm here for a payday, and that's it, and I'm gonna get the fuck out of there. And, you know, when you look at it at first, it's so off-putting, it's like, it's really noticeable, and then, like, by the end of the movie, you just kind of, I don't know, get used to it and accept it. It did get pretty bad reviews from what, which I'm surprised, because, like, stuff that I've seen people say so many good things, and I guess it's more of like a cult classic thing, where it's like, reviewers hated it, but people loved it. But yeah, it's got this cult fan base, and I quite enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty decent. Like I said, it's a little, like, it did not have to be close to 2 hours. It felt like it did drag a little bit. I enjoyed it nonetheless. What else do we got on this list? There's a lot of stuff going on. Before I'm like, I'm not going to talk during cutscenes because I don't want to know what's going on. And I'm just like, fuck it. I'm just going to talk during the cutscenes. And I'm like, why is there all these young looking characters again? Why is there a young Johnny Cage looking at an old Johnny Cage? Actually, I haven't even talked about it, but I look forward to the movie that's coming out, Mortal Kombat. I was going to rewatch the older ones, but then I'm just like, they're so dog shit. I can't put myself through those. Especially the second one. First one I can watch. I think it still holds up. I think it's quite decent. But yeah, the second one is just still god-awful. But yeah, I hope this new movie is good, man. I want to have faith. Mortal Kombat always seemed like more of like a short mini-series type of thing than a movie, because there's so many characters that it'd kind of be better to do like a 10-episode thing, maybe 40-minute episodes, and everyone can kind of feel fleshed out to a certain degree. And it's like, because it's Mortal Kombat, there's got to be a lot of blood and violence, so it's like, who's gonna die, who's gonna get murdered, who's not gonna come back in the next episode or season or whatever. I just think them trying to keep doing the movie thing, I just think it's a waste. I mean, look at TV shows right now. Like, look at WandaVision. Look at Falcon and Winter Soldier. High production value. They're kind of mini movies. I personally have not watched any of them yet, but I've kind of seen clips and shit and heard a lot about them. Yeah, they're just kind of, each episode is like a mini movie. It's like they're on a Disney budget, and you got like these big actors doing these roles in a smaller capacity, but also affects the bigger outcome of the whole story. I think Marvel's killing it right now. I think they're doing it right. Or maybe they did the animated movie like last year. Maybe just follow that path. Not everything needs to be a fucking big budget movie. I don't know. That's just me. But anyways, Roadhouse you can also watch on Netflix, just like the other two things I talked about. So far, Urban Legend, Naked Gun, and Roadhouse, all on Netflix if you're interested. So the other two things that I watched, so I'll talk about, I'm going to save the best one for last, as you should. So the other thing that I watched, or one of the other things that I watched was, it's a new thing that just came out on Netflix. It's called Why Did You Kill Me? It's a little crime documentary based on this girl who was murdered. How do I set this up? Is this girl who was shot to death with her brother. They believed it was gang related. I'm not going to spoil it too much because it's literally brand new. It just came out on Netflix. I more so watched it because my mom really likes the crime documentary stuff, so I'm like, hey, I think you might like this. And it seemed more digestible. It was, you know, you see a lot of these crime dramas, and it's like, oh, here's a fucking short 8-episode thing, an hour episode. It's like, nah, some of these do not deserve that much. Like, a lot of fucking filler. And this one was nice. It was an hour and a half. It got straight to the point, no fluff. Told its story. This is, you know, this is who got murdered. This is the people that we thought did it, and this is the person that did do it, and this is their story. It was really concise and perfect, and It was a good little story. The story has to do with MySpace too. They try and catch the person by tricking them. They like try and make these gang members fall in love with like this made-up chick. Basically catfishing. Trying to catfish these gang members into admitting something. So it wasn't bad. Like I said, I like the fact that it was like an hour and a half and told the story and they didn't drag out anything. It was good. I'd actually recommend it if you like those crime documentary stories. I don't mind them. They're not my favorite. Like I said, I like more the documentary ones than the short stories. Or not short stories, like short series, where it's like, oh, here's, like I said, 8 episodes, we're gonna drag it out when it really doesn't need to be dragged out. You know, they'll fucking interview the neighbor, and they'll be like, oh, you know, let me interview the neighbor's dog. What does the neighbor's dog think, you know? Damn, Lucky, did you see what happened? What did you think? Why did this person do it? And then, you know, the dog is just like looking in the camera, because it's a fucking dog, and why are they interviewing a dog? Yeah, just a lot of worthless stuff usually goes into that, so. Yeah, Why Did You Kill Me just came out on Netflix. I'd recommend it if you like those crime documentary things. And last but not least, the only other thing that I watched was a movie I've wanted to watch for a while. And the thing that really attracted me to the movie was the title, Black Klansman. The way that it looks is like there's KKK in the middle, and then, of course, if you know anything about the KKK, it's a white supremacist group. So then you have black in front of it, and it's just like, it's very eye-catching. I remember reading that title and watching the trailer, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta watch this movie. Put it off for a long time, saw it on Netflix, and I'm like, you know what? It's time. It's finally time to watch it. I wanna experience this movie. And I watched it, and I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. Interesting story. The story is basically, there's this new police officer, rookie, named Ron. Fuck, I forgot his last name. Ron Stallsworth. He says his name a lot, like the full name. He's new on the force, and he gets put into a job, and then they immediately kind of move him. And the whole thing is, it's really weird. He's at his desk one day, and he's looking at the paper, and he sees like a recruitment for the KKK, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna give this a call. I'm gonna call the KKK hotline, see if they'll let me in, see if they're taking any registrations, you know, if they have any openings for any new members. So he calls, and he pretends to be this white guy, and he's kind of like, you know, I want to join the KKK. He puts on a white voice, so they can't really tell that it's a black guy talking, and basically fools the people into kind of letting him in. And honestly, they eventually want to meet up with him, because, you know, it's like KKK, they like to do a lot of in-person shit, you know, burn crosses, get together, dress up as a ghost. You know, he can't go in because, you know, he's black, and KKK doesn't really like black people. Doesn't really like Jews either, but that's a different story. That's actually the next part of the story. So they gotta find another officer to go undercover, and they find this another officer. His name's Flip, played by Adam Driver. I forgot the name of the actor that played Ron Stallsworth. He did really good. I really enjoyed him in the movie. Yeah, so Adam Driver, he plays the undercover cop who impersonates Ron, and he does all the in-person stuff with KKK. And it turns out he's actually Jewish. So you have a black guy who's undercover in the KKK and is being played by a Jewish guy. So right there, it's a very interesting dynamic. So I don't want to go in too deep with the story. I actually highly recommend watching it. It's a good watch. It plays out quite well. Everyone's good in the movie. If you're not comfortable, because it involves the KKK, there's a lot of N-words flying. So if you're not comfortable with that type of shit, especially, I mean, it's all acting when you think about it. But I know some people aren't comfortable watching that type of stuff. So if you're not comfortable with that, you're kind of squeamish on the ears, I wouldn't recommend watching the movie. If you can watch it, you can kind of enjoy that this is a movie and these aren't like actual racists and shit like that. then I'd highly recommend the movie. I thought it was quite enjoyable. It was funny too. It had some funny moments. The music was good.
What happened to you?
All the actors were good. I don't really have anything negative to say. I'm gonna check out my notes just to make sure, like, I don't have anything negative that I wrote. But yeah, another thing that's actually pretty interesting about the movie is it's actually based on a true story. Now, not everything in the movie is, you know, what happened in real life. If you're interested in kind of like seeing, you know, what's fiction and what's fact, I recommend watching the movie first and then kind of doing some research and seeing like, oh, you know, that wasn't part of the story, or, you know, they added that to kind of make it juicier. It's definitely still worth a watch. I'd highly recommend it. I really enjoyed myself. That was everything that I watched. But yeah, out of all the movies, the only one I really wouldn't recommend is Urban Legend. Everything else was pretty good to great. Yeah, the Why Did You Kill Me thing, I'd recommend it. You know, hour and a half, nice little crime documentary, but if you're into that sort of stuff. Naked Gun, I'd highly recommend. Good comedy. Urban Legend, I thought was absolutely dog shit and not really worth watching. It's not dog shit, but it's like, if you're interested in horror, it's not scary and it doesn't really add anything to it. It's literally a waste of an hour and a half. Like, it added nothing to my life. And then Roadhouse. Roadhouse was good too. I enjoyed that as well. So, if you have anything to recommend me watch, leave it in the comment section, and I might check it out. You know, since I'm going to be home for an extra 2 more weeks. I've got, you know, my schedule's kind of open up, so if you have anything that I should watch, let me know in the comment section, and it could be more movies and TV shows, and if it's a TV show, maybe like a limited series. Like, I've been kind of interested in checking out Chernobyl. I've heard a lot about it, and I know it's like a short little mini-series, so tempted to watch that one. I've heard a lot of good things, but if you have anything like that, like a nice little short mini-series, let me know in the comment section. Or a movie that I should watch. And it could be any genre, I'm open to anything. But yeah, that is going to be it for me in this episode of Gangsta Plays Mortal Kombat. Come back next time for episode 260, where we're going to be playing a random game. Going to bust out the wheel of randomness and see what we're going to be playing for that episode. As far as this episode, Mortal Kombat, I mean, it's a fighting game. You can't really fuck it up. There's a lesser chance I'm going to be disappointed when playing a fighting game because my expectations are just so low because I don't have any expectations when I play a fighting game. So, yeah, I enjoyed what I played. I thought the cutscenes were a little long, but basically this plays out like a movie. So the cutscenes are kind of long. I think I only fought for maybe 10 minutes during the during the story mode. The crypt stuff was cool. I liked the whole third-person open world thing. I thought that was kind of weird and new. I like that. I look forward to kind of checking it out some more and seeing all the different kind of secrets in there and exploring. And yeah, that's going to be it for me. Look forward to the next episode. Like I said, 260, random game. Bringing out the wheel of randomness. Next episode, we might talk about Mortal Kombat if I've seen it by then, but that's going to be it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Gangsta Plays. Keep up with everything that's going on the channel. And until then, guys, peace out.